5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Left 4 opens long.
Welcome to the Oasis. My name is Mike, and today we're going to be talking about Dirt Rally VR on the Oculus Rift. Now, I've just gone out and bought myself a racing wheel setup, so I'll be showing you that along with some awesome Dirt Rally VR gameplay, and I'll be talking about my experience using a setup like this for the first time, why I decided to go out and buy a steering wheel in the first place, and then I'll be talking about my experiences with Dirt Rally VR, and then why I'm disappointed about Dirt Rally 2.0, which is coming soon. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So first off, I just want to state that I'm a complete noob when it comes to VR sim experiences. I recently played Ace Combat 7 on the PSVR using a HOTAS hands-on throttle and stick from Thrustmaster and had an incredibly fun and immersive experience. And I was talking about this experience on our weekly VR podcast called F Reality. If you're interested, I'll put a link to the F Reality YouTube channel up here right now. On this show, we talk about the latest VR news live every Saturday, or you can listen to the audio version, which is available on all good podcasting platforms, including iTunes. And whilst I was talking about my experience on the show, VR Twitch streamer Zimtok5 suggested that the reason the experience was so immersive for me was that I was using a HOTAS, a flight stick, that really connected me more to the VR experience that I was playing. And he suggested that if I enjoyed that experience, to not only try more flight sim games in the future in VR, but also consider getting a wheel setup and trying out some racing sims. So that's exactly what I did. I went out and I found this racing wheel setup online on Gumtree. Now this one is a Logitech G290 wheel, pedals and shifter with the GT Omega stand. Now this wheel comes in two flavours from Logitech. You get the G29 and the G290. Now both are compatible with PC, however the G29 is also compatible with PS4 and the G290 is also compatible with the Xbox One. Now the guy that was selling this setup no longer had the space for it and was selling it really cheap, and I got a bargain for £140 for the wheel, pedals, shifter and the stand. And I thought I got a pretty good deal out of that, so if you're looking for a racing wheel then I would totally suggest checking out Gumtree or your local sort of ads, free ads section, Craigslist or whatever it may be, as you might get one for a real bargain like I did. Now the setup of this wheel wasn't as easy as I'd hoped. I had some real issues with conflicting drivers, so for some reason the accelerator and the clutch were swapped around in all the games that I tried. After a bit of research, it turns out that a lot of other people were having this problem, and eventually I was able to configure the wheel and go into the settings of each game and resolve it. So now everything works absolutely fine. Although with the Logitech, I would definitely suggest doing the brake pedal mod. Now this is where you open up the pedals and you remove a rubber stopper in the brake pedal, so it makes the brake pedal move more smoothly, just like the other two pedals, and I'll put a link to the guide that I used up here right now. Definitely makes a big difference when playing in-game. So the first game I really wanted to try was Dirt Rally. Now I was a big fan of V-Rally and Colin McRae and Gran Turismo back in the day on the PlayStation, but I haven't really played many racing games since then, other than the recent Forza Horizon 4 as it's based in the UK. England is my city after all. I had previously played Dirt Rally in VR using a controller and thought it was a really cool experience, but I was definitely ready to take it to the next level with a racing wheel. One word of warning though is that Dirt Rally VR is a really intense experience and not one for VR newcomers. The movement in game can really make those new to VR feel really uncomfortable and even nauseous. If you do have any motion sickness symptoms in VR, I would suggest checking out this video I made about giving you some practical tips and advice on how to get through it, and I'll put a little link up to that video up here now. So after a few rally stages in Dirt Rally VR, I really got used to the steering wheel, and oh my god, it was so amazing. Like, the sense of speed, and more importantly, the sense of danger of crashing is exhilarating and an incredibly immersive experience. I now understand why sim racers are so passionate about using VR and wheel setups. It's like a beautiful match made in heaven, like peanut butter and jelly. I just totally get it now. Dirt Rally VR is actually pretty old now, believe it or not. It looks great, but it came out about 2 years ago. Now, I'll definitely be playing more of this in my free time in the future, and it got me looking into more games coming out soon that I can also play using this setup. And I found that Dirt Rally 2.0 is going to be releasing at the end of February, and it got me excited to be able to play the latest game in the series using this setup. However, I got really disappointed, and that's because this game isn't going to be supporting VR from launch. Now, the chief games designer, Ross Going, from Codemasters said, "We won't be having VR in this game for launch, but it's something that we're listening to everybody's comments, and all the things the community has to say about it, and we're all ears. If there's enormous demand for it, then yeah, we can do it, but it's no small undertaking, and if that's what people want, we'll try to get it done." So it's good that Codemasters are acknowledging the fact that people do want it, but they really want the people to voice their opinions about this before they're going to implement it. And that's a real shame, especially for those hardcore VR racing fans that may have ditched their previous triple monitor setups for a VR headset and are now being let down by developers. Now, I really hope Codemasters consider this or gets the feedback from the community so they do implement it. If you're interested, I'll put a link to a petition that's currently being run in the description so you can show them that you want VR support in the future. So overall, I would recommend a wheel setup. This one from Logitech is pretty good, but I did find the setup a bit fiddly. If you can pick one up cheap and have a place to store it out the way when it's not in use, then I'd definitely recommend it. Playing this with Dirt Rally VR is an exhilarating experience, and one that feels like it belongs in an arcade. It's incredible how realistic a home setup like this can be. Dirt Rally in VR with the Logitech G290 gets 2 thumbs up from me. So there we have it, guys and girls. That is Dirt Rally VR on the Oculus Rift using the Logitech G290 steering wheel setup. Let me know in the comments down below if you're a sim racer, and let me know what other racing games I should be playing in VR using this setup. Also, let me know in the comments what you think about Dirt Rally 2.0 not having VR support. Are you disappointed? I'd also love to know in the comments down below. Leave a like if you like this video, make sure you're subscribed for all my future content, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.